If you're new to guitar playing, you might be wondering when it's time to change your strings. 3 very easy things to spot are that your guitar strings break easy, are worn and tarnished, or are having a hard time staying in tune. All 3 of which are the case for this guitar. It's recommended that you change your strings every 3 to 4 months. This can change depending on what style you play, how aggressively you play, and how often you play. The first step in changing your guitar strings is going out and buying new ones. When you open your new box of strings, it's important to look to see how the strings are identified. Sometimes they're color-coded so you can differentiate between them, as is the case here. And other times they're just differentiated by the packaging that they're in. You can tell them apart that way. It's very important that you don't mix up your strings and then string them incorrectly. So if the strings you bought aren't color-coded or otherwise differentiated, be careful. Now that we've got our strings organized, we're going to want to remove the old strings on our guitar. The first step to get a string off of a guitar is to unwind it from the tuning peg. A lot of people use a tool called a string winder, which will allow you to quickly wind or unwind a string from a guitar. However, I don't have one of those, so I'm going to have to do it manually. A good way to figure out whether or not you're winding or unwinding is to go by the pitch. So you could pluck the string and then turn the tuning peg. If you hear the pitch go down like that, that means you're unwinding. Whereas if you were to hear it go up, it means you're winding it up. So we want to unwind it all the way. Once you've got it loose enough, you can carefully unwind it around the tuning peg and pull it out. Next, you're going to have to remove the string from the bridge. Now, on a guitar like this one here, you can see that there are no bridge pins. That's because there's a hole at the bottom here that you can just pull the string right out of. Unfortunately, on the guitar we're working on today, we have to deal with bridge pins. Now, people who have a string winder tool usually can just pull them out because the string winder tools come with an attachment that allows them to pry under here and gain leverage that way. I, on the other hand, either have to pull them out with my hands, like this, or if they're too tight, which sometimes they are, you can use the end of the string that was wrapped around your tuning peg, and you can wrap it around the bridge pin and then pull up to gain a bit more leverage. It's time to go back to our new set of strings. Remember that each string corresponds to a specific string on the guitar and must be strung in the proper sequence. When we're looking at a guitar straight on like this, from left to right, the order of the strings is 6th, 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st. In letter names, that's E, A, D, G, B, and then E again. The first thing to do to put a string on a guitar is to secure the string to the bridge. Again, this is a lot easier when you have a bridge that has a bunch of holes that you can just kind of pull the string through. However, we're stringing a guitar with bridge pins. So, what we need to do is pull the first bridge pin out, find our low E string, our thickest string, and put that in the hole. Now, with our bridge pin, we're looking for the curve in the pin. Curve in the pin is where the string is supposed to go. And you want the curve and the string to face the headstock, face that direction. So you're supposed to thread it that way, push that in, apply enough pressure that the bridge pin is not going to come straight out when you pull on it. After we've secured the string to the bridge, we're going to pull the string up and tie it around, secure it to the tuning peg. To do that, we're going to have to pull it past the nut. The nut is this white part right here, and in it we have 6 grooves, 1 for each string. Since we're going to be stringing the low E string, we're going to want the string to ultimately lay within the groove that is on the leftmost side of the guitar, right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull the string as tight as we can and loop it counterclockwise around the E string tuning peg. After we've done that, we're going to stick the string through the little hole in the tuning peg and pull it through. And once that's done, we can start tuning it up with our tuning peg turner. Now, it's important to, first of all, make sure that the string is aligned with the right spot in the nut. Secondly, when you are turning the string around the tuning peg, it's important to turn the strings that are attached to tuning pegs on the left-hand side of the guitar counterclockwise, and the ones on the right-hand side of the guitar clockwise, because we want the string to wrap around from the inside of the headstock to the outside. That's really all there is to it. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this informative. Have fun playing.